Hello, everyone. A pleasant day to all of you. This is Roz, and once again, I'm going to share with you my reflux story. So, I decided to create an audio recording instead of video recording because this will be quite long, and I'm sure you'll prefer hearing my voice than seeing my face for a long time. Anyways, before I start, I would like to say sorry for my background. I'm now here in Philippines and I'm here in our living room, all windows opened. So there's a possibility you'll hear vehicles or cars passing, dogs barking, and there's also a construction site near our house. So I'm sorry about that. I cannot do anything about those noises, so please bear with me. Okay, so I'm gonna share my story, my reflux story, my journey, the things I did, and the things I did to heal myself, and what did I do during those times I'm suffering from reflux. I'm pretty sure that those people who are suffering from gut issues, from gastrointestinal problems, will be able to relate to my story. So I hope this podcast would be of help and will serve as an inspiration. So now I'm gonna start. Okay, so it all started last year 2020. That was around July or August. I started having phlegm or mucus on my throat, and I thought it was just normal. I really didn't mind it at first, and I thought I just ate too much spicy foods or too much sweets, because usually when I eat lots of spicy foods, sweets, or alcoholic beverages, I tend to have mucus or phlegm on my throat. So I thought that's just normal, and I really didn't take it seriously. So come September, that was mid-September, one morning when I woke up, I already had a lump on my throat. So the feeling was like a food stuck on my throat. So it was very bothersome, very annoying. So I tried to drink and drink and drink water, but the lump didn't go away. So then I talked to my mom. I told her my situation, and then she suggested that we should go see a doctor. So luckily I was able to schedule an appointment, and the next day we went to the doctor right away. And then during the consultation, I just told the doctor about the lump on my throat and then the mucus or phlegm on my throat. And then the doctor asked me about the food I was eating, and then he said that I am suffering from acid reflux. And then I was shocked because, usually when you suffer from acid reflux, you will have like heartburns. So I told my doctor that I didn't experience any heartburn, so I don't think it's acid reflux. And then the doctor said, no, 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 you can suffer from acid reflux without having heartburns. And then he told me to avoid eating acidic foods, alcoholic beverages, caffeine like coffee, tea, and then I'm not allowed to eat sweets, chocolates. And I was like, oh my gosh, I do love chocolates. I really love chocolates and sweets, pastries. So he said to avoid those foods for now. And then he also said I should avoid eating fatty foods, fried foods. So I should eat plant meal, like really a plant diet, alkaline diet. And then he he prescribed medications like PPIs, the proton pump inhibitors. PPIs are acid blockers, so it will prevent too much production of acid on your stomach, so acid reflux won't happen. So it's something like that. And then he also prescribed like antacids together with the PPIs. And then after the consultation, I went to the pharmacy right away, and then I bought the medicines I need. And then I was really very positive. Like, I was like, okay, this will just be for 1 week and I'll be fine. So, and then I told to myself, this is just acid reflux. But oh boy, you shouldn't underestimate acid reflux, because mine was really, really terrible. So yeah, I went home, and then I took PPIs and antacids together with my bland diet. I took it for a week, but nothing happened. The only thing that changed was I felt even worse. So my case got even worse. I felt more sick, and I was already worrying. I was already anxious. Like, I was already taking the medications. I was doing the bland diet for 1 week, but I still feel awful, and now it was even worse. So I also started feeling other symptoms. Now I already felt the heartburns, and then chest tightness, chest pains, palpitations. I could really feel the heartburn, the acid really going up on my throat. And then I got severe migraine attacks, because I had migraine. And when I was sick, it was even worse. It was like almost every day, or 4 times a week, I was having my migraine attacks, severe headaches. My I was experiencing joint pains, over fatigue. I was already really weak, and I felt like every day was a curse. So then I decided to go see another doctor, different doctor from first consultation. So it was just the same. The second doctor just prescribed PPIs again, and he just said the same, that I was suffering from acid reflux, so he just prescribed the same medications. PPI is just another brand, because I told him that the first PPIs I got didn't work, and it made my case even worse. So he prescribed a different brand, but it was also PPI, and he also prescribed a different brand of antacids. So it was just actually the same with my first consultation. And I continued. I took it again for like few more days, but then I felt like nothing was really changing. Nothing was really changing. I just feel more and more sick daily. So I totally stopped taking PPIs. I did a research, and then I found out that I was suffering from LPR. Well, at first I was suffering from LPR. So it is also known as Laryngopharyngeal Reflux, or they also call it throat reflux or silent reflux. They say it's silent reflux because you don't feel the heartburn at first. So I was suffering from that, and then eventually it just led to Gerd. So I stopped taking PPIs, I stopped taking antacids, and I felt the rebound, or the withdrawal, something like that. So I felt even more worse. So I really don't know what to do. I was already very anxious. I was already suffering from anxiety. I was already depressed because I really don't know what was happening to me. And I was eating healthy. I was really eating healthy. So I don't know what was wrong. And then I decided to do research again, and then I told myself maybe I should go natural. I should stop taking PPIs and antacids, because I did a research and I found out that those medications have negative side effects, so they're not really good. And most of acid reflux sufferers really got low stomach acid and not too much acid. So if you take PPIs and prevent those acids on your stomach, then that would create more problems. So I thought to myself, like, okay, PPIs and antacids were not the answer. Um, So I decided to go natural. So I tried to do research about natural supplements I could take, and then different kinds of diet, like low carb diet, low fat diet, alkaline diet, plant based diet. So all sorts of diets. I tried it. And together with the supplements, I found like mastic gum um, for it's like an antibacterial, so it would kill like pathogens on your gut. And then I used mastic gum, activated charcoal. I used slippery elm for my throat. I started taking like vitamin B complex, calcium, magnesium, and different supplements. L-glutamine, like really everything. So I tried different kinds of supplements and took those supplements with my different kinds of diet, but then I still didn't feel well. So I tried to visit again another doctor for the third time, and then the doctor just said the same. He said that the thing with acid reflux is that it comes and go, and it's like a high blood pressure. So once you get healed, there's a possibility that it will still come back. So and when you have like a severe acid reflux, it's not really easy to treat that condition, especially when your gut is in great chaos, like your gut is really damaged. So he said it would really take time, and also my throat. And then he just prescribed the same thing. He said I should take PPIs, and then I told him I already tried different PPIs, but it really didn't work, and I don't think that's the answer. And I don't want to offend him or something, because of course he is a doctor, but of course I should tell him what I was feeling, that PPIs really doesn't work for me, and it just made my case worse. So why would he prescribe PPIs again to me? So he said, okay, then let's just do a plan. You don't take PPIs, just continue with your diet, and let's see what's gonna happen. And he said you just have to be determined, because it's not really easy to cure severe acid reflux. And then I went home. I was already losing hope, and I was like, I've already been suffering from acid reflux for several months, and it's not really easy. And then it's a burn month, and soon it will be Christmas, New Year, of course, you have the celebration. It's like you're gonna have a fiesta with all sorts of food. So I was thinking, I can't imagine myself just eating a bland meal for Christmas Eve or for New Year. So I pitied myself. I really felt sorry for myself. So I realized, so I came to a realization that I was thinking, okay, I cannot stay like this forever. I don't want to stay like this forever. I need to do something. I need to help myself. So I started doing research on the internet. I started watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts of people suffering from acid reflux, and then I found a video or an article saying that your body is designed to heal. So you just have to help your body. And then I was like, oh, that really struck me. So I told myself, I talked to myself. I said, okay, we're gonna do this together. And we will heal. We will surely heal. And it might be a bumpy, hard road, a really tough road, but I'm sure we will heal. So that's what I said to myself. So I started just doing research, and then one day I found milky fear. So I found fermented foods and I read about milky fear. So milky fear is a fermented milk, fermented drink, somehow similar to yogurt. So the taste is somehow similar, but milky fear is thinner in texture. So I read lots of articles about it, and milky fear is a probiotic drink, a probiotic food. So I read that probiotics are really good for the gut, and the good bacteria really play an important role in our gut ecosystem. So I was thinking there's no harm in trying, because I already tried all sorts of diet. I already tried medications, different supplements, but I really didn't feel well. So I don't think there would be a difference if I'll try fermented foods or milky fear. So I gave it a try. I ordered my milky fear grains online and I started fermenting my own milky fear. And then I read that if you're a first time drinker, you should just take small dosage or small amounts at first, because you might experience healing crisis. So healing crisis is like a reaction when you intake medications or supplements. It's your body's way of reacting from the medicine or from that certain food. And then so I tried milky fear like spoonfuls a day, like 3 spoons a day, and then until I was able to take like 1 shot glass a day. And since I was really weak, my immune system was really weak, I was very sick, I experienced healing crisis. So for some people, they won't experience any healing crisis. It really depends on your body. But for me, I really experienced healing crisis. I think it lasted for 3 weeks. And I was feeling so awful every day. My symptoms doubled or tripled. And imagine, I really got lots of symptoms. I got those headaches, those migraines, chest tightness, palpitations. I even had a bloody stool when I took PPIs. I started having bloody stool. I got stomach cramps, and then I got like burning pains on my stomach, like ulcer burning pains. And I really thought I developed ulcers as well because of those burning pains. And then I developed food sensitivities. I could not eat anything. So every day all I could eat were bananas and squash. Yeah, so imagine every day, really daily, all you can eat were bananas and squash because all other foods will give me reactions and I'm having a hard time digesting food. So I cannot I could not do anything about that. So daily I will just boil the squash and then I will eat bananas, water. Those are just the foods I could eat. And I really lost a lot of weight because of that. And yeah, I developed allergies, food sensitivities. I became lactose intolerant. I cannot eat foods with gluten, cannot eat grains. Like, it felt like I'm allergic to all kinds of food. That's the thing. And yeah, so all my symptoms doubled or tripled, and I really felt sick. So that was the reaction. I felt the healing crisis, but after 3 weeks it went away. And then I was able to drink 1 cup of milk kefir daily until I was able to drink 2 cups a day, one in the morning and one before bedtime. And slowly I started feeling better. And I was like, oh my goodness, is this real? So I started feeling better. I was able to incorporate foods again back to my diet. I was able to eat boiled eggs, and then I was able to eat more veggies and more fruits. And slowly I was able to eat chicken meat, just the plain chicken meat without the skin. And usually I just cook my meals by boiling, baking, grilling, or steaming. No deep fry. So yeah, so I slowly started feeling better until my because I was also bloated. Like daily I was really bloated. So it was gone. My stomach became normal again. I was able to digest foods. The stomach pains are also gone. Bloatedness. I stopped having heartburns, and what was really amazing with milky fear is that it removed my lump. The lump on my throat was really gone. I still have some the time when I was still healing. So at first the lump was gone, but the throat irritations was still there. The phlegm or the mucus was still there, but there was already a big improvement because the lump on my throat was totally gone. So that was really good. So I just continued drinking milky fear daily, and then when I started incorporating other foods on my diet, I also added fermented veggies. So I started eating sauerkraut, olives, kimchi, not the really spicy kimchi. So I just buy mild spicy kimchi, and then I also started fermenting or brewing my own kombucha. So I bought my kombucha SCOBY online, and then I watched YouTube videos, read articles about kombucha. So I started making my own. So I really just started incorporating fermented foods on my diet, and those fermented foods really helped me heal, especially milky fear, which is the most powerful one because milky fear contains over 50, I'm not sure, 50 to 70 or more good bacteria strains, and those bacteria are really beneficial for our gut. And different kinds of fermented foods have their own sets of good bacteria strains. So the probiotics or good bacteria you can find in milk kefir may not be present in kimchi. So kimchi has its own set of bacteria strains, and it's just the same with kombucha and other fermented foods. So I decided to just eat everything, drink everything. So I will have all those bacteria. And when I healed, so after some months, finally I healed. It felt so good. I really feel so good, and until now I really feel good. And I was really thankful to myself because I really fought hard, and I was really thankful to those people who really posted their stories, their testimonials online, or created videos on YouTube about their experiences, because I learned a lot from them, and I got inspired to keep fighting, and just like them, I was able to heal. So I really thank them a lot, and I hope this podcast will help other people too, and I would be really very happy. And yeah, so I just realized that, our health is really important. And when you get sick, you just have to think positive. Well, I know it's really hard to think positive when you're feeling terrible, when you're feeling awful, but you have no choice. You got no choice. You need to convince your body to be positive. You need to convince yourself, your body, your brain, your gut, all the systems in your body. You need to convince yourself that you will heal and that you will feel better again, because if not, then you will just attract more negativities and you'll get even more sick. So that's just what I did. I did a research. So I just recommend, when you get sick, especially gut problems, before taking any medications, you do a research, because doctors are really there to help us heal, and you know that it's their job to um, help people who are really suffering from different kinds of diseases. But sometimes synthetic medicines are really not good. So, well, it's for my experience. I'm not generalizing it. So with my own experience, synthetic medications really didn't work for me, and it made my case worse. So I just realized that before taking any medications, you should do a research about it. Make sure it won't give you any negative side effects, and it won't make your case much more worse. And you really do research on the things that would work for you, because the things that work for me might not work for you. So it's case to case basis. Well, for me, fermented foods work, and I really do recommend people to take fermented foods because of the beneficial bacteria it contains. And those fermented foods are just natural. The only side effect it would give you is when your really blood is sick, so it might give you healing crisis at first. But that's just normal, because even with medications, let's say for example you got an open wound and you put an ointment or medicine into it, it will sting, it will hurt. That's just a normal reaction of your body. But after some days, eventually that pain will go away and it will heal. So it's just the same with the healing crisis. So when you take certain medications or when you eat fermented foods, you may experience healing crisis, but it will eventually go away. And sometimes some people really won't feel anything, especially when you're already healthy, so you won't feel any healing crisis. But for me, I was too sick that time, so I experienced healing crisis for like 3 weeks. So but it's worth it, all the pain was worth it, because now I am okay, I'm feeling great. And until now, I'm still drinking milky fear daily, drinking kombucha daily. I still eat my fermented veggies, so I just really feel good. And another good thing with fermented veggies or fermented foods is that they will strengthen your immune system, and especially because our gut is considered as our second brain, and 70% of our immune system is housed in our gut. So we really need to feed our gut with healthy foods, proper nutrition, and fermented foods will really be a great help. Probiotics will really be a great help. Well, I tried to take probiotic capsules before. That was part of the supplements I was taking before, but it didn't really work, because usually, not all, but usually probiotics in capsule or tablet forms would just die inside your gut. So once you intake it, sometimes the good bacteria won't be able to survive the acids on your gut, so they will just die. So you won't feel any difference, just like what I experienced. So I took lots of probiotic capsules before, but nothing happened. But with fermented veggies, with kombucha, or with milky fear, you will really feel the difference, because the bacteria those food contain will grow and multiply in your gut. So they won't die and they won't just be flushed out. So that's a good thing with fermented foods. So that's it. So that's my story. And I would just like to say that for those people who are suffering gut problems, gastrointestinal problems, don't lose hope. You will heal. You just have to convince yourself. I know that some people were already suffering for like years. Some people are suffering from gut issues their entire life, but you know that you will always heal. And like the article I read, your body is designed to heal. You just have to help it. Your body contains trillions of good bacteria, and you just have to nourish it. So you need to take probiotics in form of fermented foods, and then you need to eat, of course, healthy foods. You need to avoid trash or unhealthy foods. Well, now I can already eat again all kinds of food I want. I can eat fast foods, I can eat fried foods again, I can eat sweets, really everything. The only foods I was trying to avoid, I am trying to avoid, are tomatoes and coffee, because I just found out that those are my triggers, tomatoes and coffee. Well, coffee is number one. I can drink coffee, but very minimal. I cannot drink it every day. It's just, I can just drink like 1 cup in a week or something. But it's already a long time since I last had coffee, because as much as possible I try to avoid my trigger foods. So I can eat everything, but tomatoes, coffee, I'm trying to avoid those. And I also try to avoid sweets. I mean, I love sweets, I love chocolates, but as much as possible I'm trying to discipline myself to feed my body just healthy foods. Maybe I have cheat days when there are special occasions. I of course I reward myself, eat something I really want. But for in my daily routine, I just eat really healthy because that's what my body needs. And that's healthy foods are what's good for me. So yeah, that's it. And again, you will heal, we will all heal, and you just have to think positive. Just try and try, because healing is like a trial and error. So you need to search, you need to find what will work for you and what will not work for you. So I also recommend you having a journal, because I have my own journal before where I write my progress, the foods I eat, and the foods that would give me reaction, my triggers. So I recorded everything on my journal. So I recommend you to have a journal too, because it will really help. And I hope that this podcast will be of help, and I wish you all a great day. And just always remember that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always hope. There's always a sun, a rainbow after the rain. Or I don't know what else other encouragement quotes should I say, but there's always hope. You will heal. You will definitely heal.